Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little how to and what to fill your makeup bag with. I created this very easy everyday makeup look with core makeup product essentials. If you're starting out with makeup and you want to fill your makeup bag with core items, or you're in a little bit of a rut with your current makeup bag, then you're going to want to keep on watching. Starting with a fresh base, I have no makeup on. My number one base product to recommend would be a good buildable lightweight foundation. My particular favorite is the NARS Sheer Glow. I wear the shade Punjab. I can get a lot of use and variety out of this specific product. It is a dream to layer, so you can really customize it depending on the wear. So if you want every day, you can just do one pump and really just sheer it out. If you want a little bit more coverage, medium coverage, a couple more pumps, and full coverage, again, a couple more pumps, a couple more layers. This is an incredible base product that gives you a variety of different looks. Another key item to have in your makeup bag is a beauty sponge. I swear by the Real Technique ones. I love them. Also love the Beauty Blender ones, but these are a lot cheaper and do the exact same job. It is like your one and done makeup tool. If you use a lot of creams and you prefer a lot of creams, then 100% you need this. You can also use it with powders. I'm going to show you today how you can do most of your makeup literally just with this, so you don't have to worry about brushes, because that's where it can get a little bit, you know, trickier or more intimidating. Also, please keep in mind whenever I'm recommending products, these are ones that work for my skin type, my skin tone, just me in general. So you might have to adjust based off of your skin type, skin tone. Although I will say this foundation works for all skin types. I'm oily and I have friends who have really dry skin and it works wonders on them as well too. So it's kind of a universal one. But again, we're going to come to different areas that maybe I like to focus on and I feel like are, you know, a needed core product in my makeup bag, whereas maybe you feel like you don't need that product in it. So just take that into consideration. So you can see that is one layer of the NARS Sheer Glow. Really nice, really soft on the skin, very skin-like. Doesn't really appear to look really heavy on my skin at all, which I love. It just feels like my skin. Although we're gonna go in with one more layer just to give a little bit more coverage, a little bit more of a perfected finish, and that will be perfect for me. I'm targeting the second layer of foundation in areas that I need the coverage, so I'm not gonna put it all over my face. I did one layer of the foundation all over so I evened out my skin tone, but I'm really targeting the second layer on areas that I have maybe a little bit more pigmentation or scarring, or if I have a tiny little breakout. Okay, that is my base done. I'm really happy with that. This is where you can modify the next product a little bit depending on your skin type. If you feel like you need a little bit more coverage, feel free to go in with a third layer in areas that you need a little bit more coverage. But to eliminate too much foundation on your face, let's get into concealer. I love playing with two concealers. I feel like it's almost necessary to have two shades of concealer in your makeup bag, especially if you have darker circles under your eyes. That's going to be a different shade of concealer to your skin tone. Those just tend to be different shades anyway, so I always use a brightening concealer under my eyes. A little goes a long way. I never like to go too heavy-handed under my eyes just because I am turning 30, there's fine lines, and that's just inevitable. I feel like under your eyes will crease, so a little goes a long way. And then for my face, I always go in with one that's a little bit more my skin tone or that matches the foundation. The concealer is going to have a lot more coverage, and it's great to just put on spots rather than really amp up the foundation. Foundation will give you a nice even base, but if it's still not covering stubborn scarring or a stubborn spot, go in with a little bit more of a heavy-duty concealer in your skin tone on that area, and it will just give you a little bit of extra reassurance. So brightening and lightening under your eyes, and then a skin tone shade of concealer for your face. The NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer is hands down one of my favorite face concealers. I just love the consistency. I've used it for 7 years now. Absolutely love this concealer. It's just always going to be in my makeup bag. I feel like it's one that most skin types will enjoy. I have a friend in Canada who has very dry skin, basically the opposite skin to me, and she swears by the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer as well too. So I feel like it's just one of those universally loved concealers. And then under my eyes, I have the BareMinerals Original Mineral Concealer. This one is, oh, I love this for under my eyes. I just feel like For such a little amount, it does such an incredible job at covering, but it doesn't cake up under your eyes, and I don't like really thick concealers. You guys have seen it in multiple tutorials now, like you know my love for it. It's just such a beautiful consistency, but the coverage and, you know, color and impact you get from it is incredible. My base is complete. I'm happy with the coverage, the even skin tone, brightness under my eyes. I do look, however, a little flat. The next couple of products will help with that. This is a product where if you have very dry skin, you can totally skip. It might not be essential to your makeup bag, but for me and my oily skin, I cannot live without setting powder. You know my love for it, you know my need for it. That is something I have to have in my makeup bag. Okay, moving on to bronzer. You guys know my love for anything cream. I love a cream bronzer. I love a cream blush, but I feel like if you're gonna use that, you almost need to use a powder version to set it. I know I need to for my oily skin. So I'm just gonna eliminate that step and minimize the products that I find essential and just go to a powder bronzer. This is such a versatile product. Bronzer is such a necessary product to me, I think, just because you can use it on your face, you can bronze, you can sculpt, you can also use it as an eyeshadow, you can play around with this so much. So I just feel like it gives dimension to your face, a little bit of color and structure. So I'm gonna show you how I use it with my beauty sponge to eliminate more tools in your makeup bag. I make sure this is very damp. I don't want it soaking wet. Like I really make sure I like squeeze out as much water as I can, but there's bounce to it. It's not fully dry, but it's like flexible, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna take the long curved side here and just get some product. As you can see, it picks it up very lovely. And we're just gonna go ahead and put it on areas that I would bronze and sculpt. Sometimes I feel like it also blends it out nicer than a brush just because it's almost like the same shape as your cheekbone, but if you have a brush for your bronzer, go right ahead. I'm also gonna contour a little bit with this down the sides of my nose just to give a little bit more structure to it, and then really blend it out with the side that we put our foundation on. Okay, now moving on to blush. I thought I would use a powder blush just because I feel like it's the most universal and, you know, easily applied for everyone's makeup bag. Also forgot to mention, this was the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the bronzer shade. This is the Code 8 blush trio palette. Really, really handy. So if you can find something that has more than one color or even finish in one product, that's gonna save you a lot of time. It has a matte blush. It has one blush that has a little bit of a sheen to it, but it still deposits color, and then one like kind of champagne shade. So it's not like a massive overwhelming face palette. It's just one that still is like the same size as a regular blush, but it has 3 purposes to it. So this is great to do a bunch of different looks on your face and your cheek, but also your eyes. So we're gonna do a couple different things here. This palette is in the shade Rose or Rosé. Maybe it's Rosé. Yeah, Rosé. I'm gonna take the really pretty rose color on the other side that I haven't used bronzer. This is the matte shade blush, and I'm gonna start at the tops of my cheeks and bounce it all the way down to the apples of my cheek. I'm also gonna blend it into the bronzer that we have on our eyes as well too, so it's continuous. If you ever feel you went a little overboard, you guys know I'm obsessed with blush, so I kind of like it a little bit more just because it is one of those products that fades the quickest throughout the day. I can go to the other side that I put my foundation on with and just buff it out with that if it's just getting a little, you know, too much, even for my liking. But this is just one of those little tools you definitely need in your makeup bag because it's just so easy to buff and blend out and then flip to another side and blend out that side too. I'm happy there with the blush, but I'm gonna go in with that like champagne shade now. I'm gonna use my fingers for this and just very lightly tap it on the very high point of my cheek just to give a little bit of dimension. I'm gonna bring that onto the lids of my eye as well too to brighten it up, especially in that inner corner. Okay, you can already see it looks like there's so many more products than there actually is on my face just because we've used one product a couple different ways. Moving on to eyebrows, because I have mine microbladed, this is an area where you feel like you might want to add more products. So if you want an eyebrow pencil, an eye gel, pomade, whatever it is, add that to your makeup bag if that's a necessity to you. For me, I can do without just because I have pigmentation in my brows, but I do like a clear brow gel, so I'm just going to take the BareMinerals Strength and Length Brow Gel. And this is just going to keep my brow hairs in place and add a little bit more fluffiness to them, but it's definitely not necessary. I just kind of like it. Next up is eyeliner. Again, an area that I feel like might not be necessary for everyone, but I feel like it's just one of those products that helps elevate a simple look and can make it look a lot more dramatic very quickly with literally one product. So instead of getting a full-on eyeshadow palette, use your bronzer, your blush, and then one pencil, and you can either draw it all over your eyes, smudge it out, and that's a smoky eye. Use it as a winged liner, do a graphic liner. I feel like you can get a lot of looks out of just a simple liner, so that's why I've added it. I've used this cool pencil from Code 8 in the shade Mocha. I feel like a dark brown, a dark matte brown is a little bit more of essential than a black, just because it's a little bit softer. You can still create drama with it, but it's not going to be as intense as black. I'm just going to do a very quick, literally outer corner with my eye open initially, then close and pull out. Super easy and simple. I'm just gonna connect it a little bit better. Under 2 seconds, and you can see right away the shape difference in my eye just from creating one tiny little flick. So what I like to do is start with my eye open so I know where I'm going. We're starting, close, pull out. And that's that. Just like the beauty sponge being an essential tool in my makeup bag, an eyelash curler is essential. If you have straighter lashes or even shorter lashes, this is going to really just help lift them, give an extra length. This Tweezerman one is hands down the best eyelash curler. It is incredible. Just a couple pumps. Come up close and personal, and you can already see the difference. If I didn't curl my lashes, I'd be adding mascara, and yeah, it would look nice, but this will just give extra drama and it can change up the eye shape again. So if you want more of a simple everyday no makeup look, don't curl your lashes. But if you want lift, volume, and length, curl them. Now for mascara, this is very personal for a lot of people just because some mascaras work incredible for them and maybe not so great for someone else. I do not like smudging. I will not use a mascara if it smudges. You guys know my obsession with smudge-free mascaras. One of my favorite mascaras, Why Is All the Shock, apparently is being discontinued. Don't know why. Hopefully I found Code 8 Beauty Lash Sophisticate. Just wait till you see my lashes. Literally one coat. It's insane, you guys. A couple more coats and it genuinely looks like you're wearing false lashes. Now going to lips, I genuinely don't think I could ever use a lip product, lipstick, gloss, anything without a lip liner. I have a lip liners favorites video down below, but my most recent obsession and probably one of the closest actual colors to my natural lip color is Huda Beauty Pinky Brown. It is incredible. It's a twist up. It's so creamy and it just really helps show my lip shape, but it's not like in your face pink or brown. It's just the perfect everyday lip color. A little trick I like to do with lip liner is once it's on my lips, I also like to take just a tiny bit on the lower lash line of my eye and blend that out just a little bit. And it just brings the look together. I've done this for years and it totally depends on the shade of your lip liner. Like obviously you don't want like a bright red one, but this has like obviously a pinky brown, hence the name, shade tone to it. So I just feel like it kind of is cohesive. We've put blush on our eyes. It's just something that I've always done. And if you're not really into things on your lower lash line, it's a great, soft, subtle way to give definition to your eyes without being, you know, a dark color. Now, of course, we could leave it there. I'm happy with that lip, but I wanted to show you another multi-use product that, you know, you can get a couple different looks out of. Anything that is lip and cheek is just amazing. So if you just wanted to do a soft outline, not fill your lips with the lip liner, take a little bit of a lip and cheek pencil, put it all over your lips, then you can put it on your cheeks as well too, your eyes, anywhere you want. So I'm going to take one of these Code 8 Beauty ones in Off Broadway. Love this one. It's like a really pretty, like it's a pop of pink without being a pop of pink because it's sheared up. So I'm just gonna dab it in the center of my lips because I already put the lip liner everywhere. Slight bit of color, and then we're gonna put it on the side of our thumb here, rub together and press onto our cheeks, and it automatically becomes a blush. Okay, so this is the final look. I tried to really narrow down products that are multi-use. You can get a couple different functions out of them, and I feel like this look honestly looks like you'd probably put a lot more products on your face. You can still create more looks out of those products. This is just a go-to everyday one for me, but I love this. I feel like those are just core items that are going to be in my makeup bag, revolving colors and brands, but definitely those products specifically. And I did all of that with literally a beauty blender and a couple pumps of an eyelash curler. So make sure to check out all those links down below. Let me know your core makeup bag favorites, and I'll see you guys in my next video.